Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a best of 3 between Dark and Zoun. Yes, today we're starting off on ley lines. Zoun is one of the most recent military returnees. Finished his service, came back, and Dark is one of the players that actually still has to go and do his military service. I feel like Dark has been on the way to the military for the past 3 years. Every single time you talk with like a Korean, they're like, this is the last tournament for Dark. And like the last tournament for Dark was in like 2021 already. And he's been having last tournaments ever since. Like, he just keeps coming back. Like the last dance, but then a million times. I feel like at this point Dark is just never gonna go to the military. He's the only one aware of it. And all of us are like, oh no, you're gonna have to leave soon. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to leave soon. Like, be sure to, add some bonus cash into the going to the military soon fund. He plays for like 5 more years. Like, all right. He also has a kid right now, by the way, in Dark. Shout out to his kid. Freaking cool for him. Proud of you, Dark. It's always nice, when real gamers. Dark is a real gamer, of course. They manage some real life achievements as well. Have a woman stay close enough to you for a long enough time to produce a kid. Like, freaking impressive, buddy. Well done. Not a lot of Zerg players that are capable of that, for obvious reasons. Yeah. Void Ray's out. Has killed, I think, 1 Overlord so far. Why didn't that work? There we go. 2 drones as well have gone down. That's against this Oracle. Jesus Christ, this Oracle is... what the hell is that? Floop? What the hell is this? How far can I go with this? Oh, it's just there. Okay. That looks very odd. Imagine it's just in my screen and none of you can actually see this. Oh, it's gone. Made it disappear. Fix the game, boys. Blizzard should pay me for that. Blizzard should pay me for loads of things. They haven't sent me any checks yet. What the hell is this opener, though? We have a lair. We have 6 queens, which were all at the front for whatever reason. We have banelings coming in, and now we're going into a spire. Where the hell is your spire? Oh, it's very far in the back, huh? It's nice to see. Very far in the back indeed. Oracle is... I'm not gonna scout that. At least not anything. Wait, it's a double void race? Triple void race! Wait, how did I miss this party? How did I miss that party? Gonna have some queens in the front coming in. They won't be in time. Hatchery is gonna get killed. Was cancelled. Not really a kill. Follow-up is going to be Charge Archon +1. We have a robotics facility coming in here as well. Where the hell did these 3 void... How did I miss those 3 void rays? We have a double baneling run by. This is one of these things that never works until it does. And when it does, it feels freaking great. Like 14 worker kills with 2 banes. But what happens most of the time is this. It's like... There's a guy there with like 3 void rays and life is okay. Double expand behind all of this for Dark, who is simply just building links, and more links. It's going to pop out with a bunch of mutas. I'm a huge fan of mass mutalist plays, so I hope we're going to see mass mutas. There is a Roach Warren on the way, so it could still be something else as well, like just medium amount of mutas into like Ravager Ling Bane. So far, it's actually going into a very mediocre amount of mutas, just 5 because he's supply block. He has the cash to add in 6 more. I hope we're going to see the 6 more, maybe even the 7 more. I would freaking love that so much, let me tell you. There we go, 12 mutas, poop, at an instant. Lovely to see her out of Dark. He's not quickly taking these gases, so I think it's going to be a Ravager Ling Bane follow-up, to be honest, because otherwise... If you're planning on messing mutas, you really want to get these gas counts as high as possible, as quickly as possible. There's going to be a move out here. Archon Void Ray Adept. Let's take a look at what Dark's plan is to deal with this. His plan is to just ignore it. That's what I do with my problems as well. So, another point here for Dark. It's going to go in here. And have to deal with these at some point. Phoenix production starts. 18 roaches coming in as well as Glial Reconstitution and +1 range. Thought we had 12 mutas, but this only looks like 5. Oh, he must have cancelled 5 of like a bunch of them. Look at that. Look at all that cash he has in the bank. He must have been getting scouted or something. Okay, so he went for a 5 muta attack and killed 13 workers. Now, that's a worthwhile trade if you ask me. Single Phoenix is going to be capable of pushing this back. and probably killing everything here as well. More and more roaches on the way. He's gonna follow it up with a Hydra then as well. This is a typical Dark game in which he plays something so incomprehensible that even he himself will not be capable of replicating this if he manages to win with it. He's gonna have to study this replay very intimately in order to figure out what the hell went on in this game. Because he started with Link Bane, went into 13 mutas into 7 muta cancel. And then what did he do after? I don't even know. Like a Roach-Hydra. We have an infestation pit, but we're only on 70 workers. So it feels like we should just be attacking with this. Tas meanwhile is going to go up to 8 gases. Does he have Storm? No, doesn't have Storm. That is actually an issue. Having Storm here would be an absolute game changer. But it ain't out. 2 more Templars are coming in, as well as the Fleet Beacon. Run-by is being set up. Now, I'm not great at predictions, but I'm gonna try my hand at it anyway. What I think is going to happen here is that Dark is going to sit back with 72 drones, Roach-Hydra. Then eventually Zoun is going to move into that army, then realize that he should have gotten Storm, as he barely loses the fight. It's going to be a close fight, and the game will continue on in a very weird state. That is how Dark usually does things, okay? So if this army just sits at home and adds in 2 High Templar, life is absolutely phenomenal. Being out on the map, however, you can take a bad fight, absolutely. Against Roach-Hydra, you have no splash here whatsoever. 3 Archons are being sent on a wild goose chase, but instead of geese, it's roaches. Now it's going to be running back home. Ling Run-by comes into the natural. Ooh, this actually went much better for Zoun than I thought it would, because he didn't lose his entire army for no reason in the middle of the map. Mothership is now on the way as well. I think defensively, he's just too powerful. There's too many cannons here. I don't think this army is good enough to really clear this either. So Dark is just in a legitimately awful position. I don't really see a way for Dark to actually win this game right now, if I'm being real honest with you. Like, he has a terrible base count. He has a terrible worker count. He has a terrible gas count. He was down 2 gases against the Protoss player. Like, that is very high up on the list of illegal things, you know? You know how the FBI has a most wanted list? Zerg players have like a least wanted list. And being down in gas is like top 2. It's second. Some years it's first, you know? Being down 2 gas is the Osama bin Laden of the most wanted list, basically, you know? You don't really want to catch him. Well, with Bin Laden, they did want to catch him, but you get my point, because it's the opposite. It's a not most wanted list. This analogy could have been slightly better, I realize, in retrospect, but hindsight is 2020, as always. We have 5 lurkers on the way. It's not a great look if your opponent almost has as many Tempest as you have lurkers. And also not if the Tempest are out before your first lurkers are out, because the Tempest really is the counter to the lurker. I am so freaking curious how Dark is going to weasel his way out of here. Because weasel he will, my dear friends. Okay? I've seen so many games of Dark in which he puts himself into a legitimately impossible to win position. And then he wins the game. Which then, you know, starts making you doubt whether an impossible to win position is really the accurate definition of the position he was in. But for anyone else, I mean, this guy is fighting Mothership, Archon, Immortal, Templar with pure Roach-Hydra. Like, this is not really something you can do. You know what I mean? It's just not a composition. Like, this is a layer tech all in. That's what it is. We're going to engage in a base trade, which is always scary, you know? It is a high-risk maneuver for both players. Look at that, Zoun says, oh, I'm scared. Ooh, I'm gonna teleport back home. I'll give you a base. Teleport back home. Yeah. Zoun is German. Jawohl. He's nice. Korean. +3 finishes up. We have... sorry. +3 attack on the way here for Dark as well. Dark is going to send out another major run by. Shocker, no one could have seen that coming. Zoun definitely didn't, as he's completely out of position again. Oh no, this is how it starts. Although the Zealot run by is also going to be taking out this hatchery. So it's going to be 4 base versus 4 base. That is still bad for the Zerg player, by the way. If I'm Zoun, in this case, by the way, let me tell you what I would do. 15 cannons over here, a Templar, 12 cannons over here, 2 Templar, okay? Like, just puff! Just seal off the right side of the map completely. Start playing towards the left side, push in this area, Zealot run by into this base, and then you push right to the middle, couple of Zealots here, making it really hard for the opponent to counterattack. And let's face it, if you have a stable game here, I don't care how many lurkers you have. If you have no anti-air, or your anti-air consists of 20 Hydras, you're not going to be winning any games, boss. It ain't happening, alright? He's going to get Neural Parasite. I'm not sure what he's planning on knurling, but maybe these Archons. It's potentially a play. I think an absolute key thing to do here is to just add like legit 15 cannons. Buff. Completely seal off that area. It's kind of like this, but then on the other side and triple the amount of static. There we go. Now we're talking. Zoun has also realized it. He's going to start doing it. Zealots are going to move. I don't know where they're going. They're going in between. I like it. There's an army ready to pounce on him, but that's just the way of the world sometimes, ain't it? Oop. Somehow Dark figured out what was going on. He's going to kill 8 Zealots for free. 8 Zealots. It's money that could have been spent better in a couple of cannons, yeah? There's 4 cannons right there. Pop, pop, pop. No, more than 4. I can't count. 6. 6 cannons. Pop, pop, pop. 5.5 maybe. Something like that. Okay, carriers now coming in. It's one of my least favorite things to see is Tempest into carrier. The thing with carriers is that they often make your position less stable. Ooh, beautiful lunge forward there. He's going to clear 2 of these cannons, 2 of these batteries. And now he's planning on perhaps losing all of these Hydras. No, she's going to run out. Decent trade. The Roaches here are going to get cleared by the Void Rays. Dark is going to continue expanding towards the bottom side as he also gets centrifugal hooks. Because what he really needs right now is a couple of banelings. Lunge is back. Back to safety. Well, safety. Back to these 2 spores and the lurker. Not sure if we could consider this safety. But seems like Zoun is at least somewhat afraid of it. And that's good. For Dark and for our chances of seeing a game that will go longer than 15 minutes. Oh, it's back. You saw that? Must be like a buggy texture or something. Very interesting. Okay, Temps are gonna shoot these Vipers. So Vipers will go down. Beef Puff and Spores are also gonna fall at a rapid pace right now because we have the Tectonic Destabilizers. I'm not the biggest fan of move commanding all my Archons into the Lurkers, but it is a move that I also understand. There's no Templars here defensively, which makes these types of defenses always a little bit harder. Like if you have 2 Storms here, like these Hydras, they're pooping their pants the entire way through, you know? That feels fun. Absolutely. That sparks some serious joy. Carrier's gonna stay alive. Void Rays are gonna get cleared eventually. But the anti-air is also on the way out. And you have +2 air weapons and you have just 1 carapace. Yeah. These interceptors are gonna be having a great time. As Zoun once again decides to move in here. This time there's no detection though, so it actually might end up working out. As Infestor's now moving forward, that's 1 neural. And a fungal on top of the knurled Archon doesn't actually work, because you can't fungal your own units. Oh, that's a nice feedback. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, Dark is still uber dead. Dark has been dead for the past 9 minutes though, so... I never trust these people. You know, it's like in the movie. Like, Dark has legitimate plot armor. He just can't freaking die. Because he is the main character. He really is. Okay, 3 new Vipers after the first 2 got destroyed by feedbacks and Tempest and other garbage. Zealot run by heading in towards, I think this was the 3rd base once upon a time. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, he's gonna clear this base. Okay, I'm gonna do some counting here. So that'll help me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 bases. This one's gonna die, so it's going to be 4 bases against 6. Bad situation for the Zerg. I'm once again impressed by Dark's ability to stay in games, but this is not really alive, you know? At some point, you're gonna have to pull the plug. You know, he's not allowed out on the map by himself. Doesn't even have a 5th base. Do we really want someone to live in these types of circumstances? I don't think so. It is a bad spot. I think the more humane thing here is to just GG out, if you ask me. You're giving all these lurkers some hope here. Alright, is that really what you want? 14 lurkers, 6 more on the way. It's gonna bring the total up to 20. Bam, ba bam, basic math. Oh, so he's gonna add 2 more. That brings us to 22. Hey, these Tempests are just blasting. How about we get a revelation or something? Oh, that's 1, 2, 3. 3 Tempests going down. Oh, he's gonna now snipe his opponent's Tempest with his own Tempest. That's cannibalism right there. Don't approve of that, let me tell you. Okay, Spores are gonna clear these bad boys. Could probably try recalling. Almost loses a freaking Viper against the Tempest. Freaking hate those guys. Lunge forward, buddy. I know you want to. Okay, loses his 5th base another time. Luckily, he has an alternative 5th base here on the bottom side of things. +3 is over 80% done. This base is gonna die once more. Good cancel. Zealot run by heading nowhere. Oh, actually, might get a couple of drones. Zealot's playing pretty well. You know, I gotta give it to the guy. He's playing a nice game. I would have loved to see some faster expanding, some more cannons, but you know, despite the absence of a faster 7th base, I'm loving the spot. At the same time, do you really want to expand to a 7th base if your opponent is on 4? Yeah, actually, yeah, you do. Because it doesn't really matter how many bases your opponent has. You just want to continuously expand. He just lost 10 workers. I think that might have been on purpose. I think he probably sent them in. So you can get a slightly bigger army here. That's a move I definitely approve of. Most definitely. I really think we can be a bit more aggressive as well. Like, there's no serious anti-air in the mix. What do we have? We have 7 Infestors, 24 Hydras. These Infestors suck. Hydras also suck. So really, there's nothing good that that can hold the line. Oh, it's gonna move command into a couple of lurkers here. Lovely to see. Oh, floop. There goes one Archon. Oh, stays alive. Look at that. Lucky man. Absolute lucky man there. Gets pulled into the spines and manages to walk out of it. There's not many that do that. Space in some trouble too. What if he just smashes the main base from here? Like, flies in. Oh, this isn't even a hive. Hive's in the natural. What the hell? I hadn't seen that. What's the lurk count for? 21. Okay, here come the lurkers. Nice storm, by the way. I love that. Oh, here come the neural parasites. We also have some good storms here, though. That's a double storm. That means these bad boys will die. But all Tempests are just going to end up falling. Oh, lunge forward as well. Bait out some storms. Lovely to see. 5 Infestors went down and also 5 Tempest went down. I think that's a good trade here for Dark. Overall in trades, Dark is down by about 6k, which is not great. He also is just now setting up his 5th base, 21 minutes into the game. While Zoun is already taking his 7th. That's also not great. Zoun did go for the left side of the map, basically, by the way. Not enough cannons for my liking. Like, you really want fat walls, you know? Fat stacks of walls is what you really want. But can't have it all. Okay, this Ling Run by is gonna die, or at least be pulled back. It's gonna die partially. At the same time, we have a Hydra run by now heading into this base, but I think these cannons by themselves will be capable of withstanding the storm. Well, will they? Yeah. Like, if you have a Templar here, like, this is an easy hold, brother. And even now, I think just with the Tempest is going to be a fairly easy hold. Hell yeah. Tempests have been rebuilt. Robo Bay is on the way here. I don't know what that is for. Maybe for disruptors. Could also be for like observer speed or prism speed or something along them lines. Either way, carrier count is at 7. We still have 0 corruptors out. We have 11 infestors. I'm just not seeing a way here for Dark to win this game. But Dark usually finds a way for himself to win games. So despite me not believing at all for the past 15 minutes, I think Dark might still believe. And that's the most important thing. Okay, he's gonna go for a Nidus. That's an interesting approach here to the problem. Because nothing that he can put in the Nidus will do anything. At least I don't think so. Okay, this thing's gonna die. Ooh, freaking Tempest, man. They have infinite damage, what can I say? That DT that he warped in there. Yeah, he did. Okay, epic stuff. This is gonna get cleared. It's gonna be the first win for Dark in a while. This base might actually be toast, by the way. Actually, this base is toast. Look at that. Whoa. A run. Recall, maybe. Stay alive. Yeah, a couple of carriers. Life is okay again. This base plus DT plus drone are gonna get sniped. Love seeing 8 base. Oh my god. Zoun thinks the same as me. Whenever you get attacked and someone gets close to killing one of your bases, the most logical thing to do is just to keep expanding. Because it obviously bothers them that you have so many bases. And you want to bother them more in life. That's your entire life goal. So what's this? This Ling Bane 2 Lurker. Setup and a half now. What's this? Gravitic Drive? He already has the observer speed. Look how fast these guys are now. Oh, that's a nice wall of cannons as well. Lovely. Cannons everywhere, man. What can you say? Here comes the Ling Bane attack. It's going to be capable of taking out these cannons. I'm not sure what the follow-up plan is. But I'm generally a fan of taking out buildings for no real reason. So, you know, shout out to you, Dark, for doing that. Okay, spores are repositioning. We have a couple of Hydras. Here come the infestors. Look at them go. Bam. Bam. No, they're not going. Okay, no James Bond over here. Single DT is going to smack all of those links in the end. So that will be fine. Oh, good split up. He's gonna go, he's gonna go, he's gonna go. Oh! Is there an observer here somewhere? Observer in freaking super mode. Supervision. Managed to kill like quite some infestors over there. That's nice. Here comes the move forward. Ooh, not loving the vibes, not loving the vibes. That -4 infestors. We also have 6 corruptors on the way, so that's going to be our first committed anti-air. We already have +3 attack on them. I hadn't seen that happen quite yet, but I'm loving it here. For real, for real. 11 corruptors now. It's probably gonna keep getting more and more. This base is gonna... Well, that will die, right? 6 DTs versus 1 lurker? Yeah, that base is toast. No, you could have cleared that. I'm like 99% sure that you would have cleared that. Maybe you lose a DT or 3, but it's not the end of the world. Like Dark is like no bases, so denying any base, that's a big deal. Absolutely. I'm a fan. Oh, there we go. Good revelation there. It's going to take out all of these infestors. I think Dark is just dead. Look, I love him, but even he cannot make the comeback in a game like this. Even he. Yeah, GG gets called. Zoun wins game number 1 after 25 minutes of winning. Game number 2 will be played on Ultra Love, which is the best type of love. If you're doing something, do it in an ultra way. That is the way of the world. Alright. Let's see what Zoun has up his sleeve this time around. He actually didn't have a lot up his sleeve in the last game. The only thing he had up his sleeve was some freaking stellar gameplay. It's a good thing to have up your sleeve as well. Dark had, yeah, a fairly poor start. Extremely poor start. An impossibly bad start, actually. His early game really freaking sucked. Let's not beat around the bush there. I mean, he was trying to do... Oh, full drone pull there. He was doing Roach-Hydra pushes against someone that had like 200 supply of Storm, Archon, Immortal, Mothership, Tempest, Oracle. He truly had it all. We're seeing a little bit of harassment. But the biggest harassment is what Dark did to himself when he pulled all the drones to 1 mineral patch. A rookie maneuver, if you tell me. If you ask me. Also, if you tell me. Statement or question, doesn't matter. It was a rookie maneuver. Most likely going to be a Stargate opener. Although Zoun in the past has shown other stuff, which has been weird and fun. So there was this one build that Zoun was really keen on for an extremely long time. And it was a robo first. Okay? Now, I can hear all of you think, wow, that sounds crazy. And it was pretty crazy. The robo first was really freaking cool. It did a lot of fun stuff. Okay, robo first. Went into like Disruptor drop, then followed up with a Colossus all-in of 2 bases. I freaking love watching that stuff. And he would consistently pull it out in basically every best of 3 or best of 5 that he played. You know, you're entering the 3rd game and he hadn't played it yet. You knew it was coming, and yet you couldn't stop it. It's like when an unstoppable force meets a very movable object. That's what it always was like. Bam! The unstoppable force wins, baby. Straight through that movable object. Or just moving that movable object, which I guess is kind of the point. It's going to be Adept Oracle. Did I see a Stalker there? I did see a Stalker there. Is he gonna try sniping this Overlord? Take your bets right now. Oh, he's gonna snipe this thing, let me tell you. Zoun, go in. You got it, buddy. There you go. It's gonna be a kill as well. I don't think there's any way that Dark managed to keep this thing alive, right? Gonna have to do some serious maneuvering. Like, he's already moving in a vertical manner right now, because he wants to go back to the left here. It's not a high ground, is it? No. Yeah, he should have moved to the left much faster. Yeah, it's not a high ground. Oh, wait, is it a high ground? No way. I don't buy it. Either way, Oracle would have shown up and would have saved, you know, saved the day with its vision. The Dark thought that he wasn't gonna lose it. He's actually fully supply blocked. That interaction took like a legit 20 seconds. He could have built an Overlord before, but he was so certain of himself. I love that. This is why I think Dark is the coolest. Because he thought, he really believed. He's not one of these people that just says they believe in themselves. He actually believes in himself, and he doesn't even say it. He thought that an Overlord was gonna stay alive. He just didn't start a new Overlord yet. This guy is a madman. Freaking love that for him. Third Oracle is on the way. Yeah. It's kind of yikesy if you ask me. I don't love triple Oracle builds. I love double Oracle builds right now. They're absolutely it. We're gonna have a cheeky little Adept run by. Or at least an Adept attack here. Coming in. Sees the lack of a fort base. Oh, interesting. Let's see if I can shade in here. Can shade in here. It's not gonna finish it up though. Single Oracle goes into the natural. It's gonna get 0 kills. Very nice. That's the lowest amount of kills possible that you can get. Because it's none. Forged Twilight, 2 extra gates. I mean, all very standard stuff out of Zoun. What are we seeing out of Dark meanwhile? Evo Chamber, no Roach Warren. So my Super Sniffer smells the possibility of a Hydra then being plopped down. Ooh, we have a Baneling Nest. Is gonna be Hydraling Bane here? I kinda dig that. I'd kinda dig that if it's actually Hydraling Bane. Okay, Lair finishes up right now. Shows what you got, buddy. Hydralist Den, there we go. I wonder if he's gonna go for melee or range then. I'd still say melee in this case. If you're actually planning on going for, yeah, for Hydraling Bane, then it has to be melee. If you're basically getting the Baneling Nest for safety, you're getting range here, you know? That's just the rules. Those are the rules. You're gonna get this headshot? No. Quite a bit of energy wasted there, shooting a building. Hate to see it. What the hell is this? Oh. It's going to be a straight up Stalker attack here. 1, 2, 6. 6. Oh wait, I couldn't count. So he has 7 here. And an 8. 8 gateways. 8 gate Stalker +1 timing attack of a 5 gas. Okay. Look, I'm not saying that I hate it, but I'm not loving it, that's for sure. I just don't think he's dealt enough damage in the early game here. I think sniping an Overlord is nice, but I'm not sure if it's enough here. Ooh, actually, this looks pretty okay. Stalker count is decent. Hydra's moving in forward. Queen's dishing out a lot of damage as well. Dark is going to continue chasing this up ramp, and there comes a fat stack of Lynx out and about. As Dark just has a lot of supply, huh? Dark actually does have a lot of supply. Zoun is not keeping all of his boys alive either. Has lost quite a few Stalkers already. Running out of energy on these oracles. 3 more Stalkers end up going down. I love the melee attacks here as well, because you know that the Stalkers are the Hydras are the only ones really dealing damage. He just doesn't have enough links to really get us around. But I think his position is fine. Darks, that is. I think he's stabilized pretty much. He's now gonna even... Yeah, okay. He also believes it. +2 and centrifugal hooks. Like, you're only investing into these upgrades if you know you're safe or if you feel like you're safe. He also is just floating an extraordinary amount of cash, so that could also be part of the deal. Like, oh, I have a lot of money. You quickly spend it. Spend like a macro and well. Nice. The Hydra count here is phenomenal. It's 21 Hydra. Hydras have insane DPS, by the way. I think they have like a DPS of 20 or something. Like, if they're actually shooting and they're not busy dying, they do a lot of freaking damage. Really underrated unit when it comes to the damage output. I think a Stalker has like 9.3 or 9.7. One of the two, I can't remember. When it comes to the DPS against non-armored units. So yeah, the Stalker absolutely gets blasted, gets obliterated by the Hydras. Of course, Stalkers also have twice the HP, or practically twice the HP. So there are some differences. Also, Stalkers have Blink, which is nice, but Hydras, let me tell you, they pack a punch and a half. Absolutely. A punch and a half, I tell thee. Okay, these bad boys are gonna rotate towards left. No. Bottom. Fort base on the way. The problem is, the moment you lose momentum with this type of push, you're usually in a world of trouble, if I'm being real honest. You're usually losing trouble. Like, what is the grand plan here? What actually is the grand plan here? Because I have legitimately no clue. Okay, Link's coming in forward. Gonna kill some of these Stalkers. Actually, all of these, he's gonna need to recall. And if he recalls, he's gonna lose 5 more Stalkers. He's gonna blink back, recall. 1, 2, 3, just 3. Then again, Dark, you know, he hesitated for a second. 40 Banelings. Okay, this is it. I mean, it's just game. It's absolutely just game. 40 Banes with +2. I think 40 Banes by themselves will be capable of clearing this entire army. You add in the 20 Hydras or so, and you have an impossible scenario here. Absolutely impossible scenario. Storm is gonna finish up though. Okay, I hadn't realized that. Maybe with Storm, if Dark completely wets the bed here. Dark has to majorly wet the bed right now, and I don't think he's doing that. This control is good. Yeah, GG is gonna get called. Zoun leaves. Dark takes game number 2. We'll be heading into the final game of this best of 3. And the third map is going to be El Dorado, as both of these players are looking for gold here. Final game to win for the best of 3. And it's always interesting to me when you have a player like Zoun who has such a convincing win in game number 1 off of the back of a solid macro game, and then decides to go for, yeah, like an all-in. Like an all-in, a cheese. Just a cheese. It's not even an all-in. Like, an all-in often can be done in a... like reactively after you're very far ahead, but this is just a cheese. You don't have a good position at all, and you play it, and then you lose because your opponent, you know, responded appropriately. And that feels like balls, let me tell you. Hatch is going to be thrown down over here on the third base, not on the gold. I've seen someone like Shin take the gold very consistently on this map. A couple of Bitcoin over here, just laying around. In the future, Bitcoin are worthless. Look at this. Just you can randomly find them. There's also apparently a physical coin of the Bitcoin. Is this what the Bitcoin logo looks like? I think so, right? Or is it a bee? I thought it was like a little monster from Invaders. Either way, epic. What was I gonna say? Right, Void Ray coming out. It's going to be a good time. Oh, both of them expanding towards... Oh, do you really want to do this to yourself, Zoun? Oh, you don't really want to do this to yourself, do you, Zoun? This is one of them things, let me tell you. Expanding towards your opponent. I hope he has a brilliant play here. I hope he has just a great little strategy prepared. Because you feel it already, that the opponent is going to come in with some queen walk. Okay? I can smell it like 5 years ahead of time. Like, it is going to be the fastest queen walk that Dark has ever gone for. Like, Dark just saw this. You have a third base over there? Are you sure? Yup, Roach Warren. Yeah, come on. What do you think? Dark was born yesterday? No. I think Dark's been playing this game for a while. 42 drone is what he's gonna do. He needs gases, by the way. Like, at least 2 more. Nah, at least one more. Ideally 2 more. Puff, puff. Or puff, puff. Both are fine. Okay, it's now gonna take a guess. It's really late. And it's still gonna get scouted. So, okay, this is really clean. This is really clean, because he sees the roach horn and he sees the second gas. So now the question is, do you believe in life after love? Do you believe that this is what it is? Getting charged is a freaking ballsy move against it. Let me tell you, that is a ballsy move, alright? Because charge loss really suck against roaches. Like, you want Stalker. Stalkers do extra damage to the roaches. Easy to stay alive. Can't get kited. Creep threat is pretty crap, though. It's really freaking crap. Also, Dark is massively supply blocked. He's adding in 4 more Overlords, but that sucks balls. This roach count is also pathetic. It's not like this is 15 roaches. This is like 7. 5. 5 roaches, 3 Ravagers. That's the play here. Whoop! It's going to activate the stasis ward. We have a new stasis ward. I mean, that's going to insta-trigger now. Yeah. 50 energy well spent. Very nice. Gateway count is looking good. He's going to finish up his prism still. That's a ballsy maneuver as well. Zealot's actually packing quite a punch. There's just not a whole lot of units. I think this is a very poor execution of the Roach Ravager Queen push. I think Dark kind of wet the bed here, to be honest. I think this is a default win, this build order, but he mis-executed. Like, he must have made some serious mistakes here. He's adding 3 more queens as well. Like, this was a terrible, terrible execution. I can't believe that Zoun managed to hold this with charge. That is absolutely not allowed. Yeah, Dark. It's rare for me to say this, because I think Dark's execution is usually his strong suit when it comes to, like, just all-inning. But this was really, really poorly done, and I think Zoun is just going to walk over him right now. 42 workers to 47. There's hardly any roaches around. Zealots are already smacking some of these drones. Back to the lobby screen. And yeah, I think this should probably just be it. We have a prism here that's warping in. We have a bunch more Zealots. 9 gateways. They're going to be popping out Zealot this entire time. GG gets called. Zoun is going to win this series with a 2-1 score here. Honestly, this was a default loss, but yeah, Dark kind of ruining that execution there. He's going to lose him the game. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. Hope you all did enjoy this series. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channels, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye-bye.